Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. We got the man, the legend, the mixtape king, G Unit at his early stages, the crazy fucking stories. I am blessed and honored to have this man DJ our annual Christmas party. Mr. DJ WHOOKID is in the motherfucking
Yes,
book.
sir.
What's up, man? I know I look like Nick Cannon right now, but yeah.
You kind of do, man.
I know. I don't got no 80 kids, though.
What do you think about Nick Cannon and that shit, man? I mean...
He's a freaky dude, man. I got like 30 kids, man.
Anybody you see on the street, huh?
I just want to be at the family reunion just once to see like everybody together. Like, how do you remember every child? Like,
how many does he have now?
I think it's 12.
That's amazing. Like to remember every personality, remember every what each kid did before, what Sweet 16, what graduation, what this kid is going to jail, like this one is a cokehead. Like, how do you remember every little thing from every kid?
And he's the showbiz king.
Yeah, he's like ill as hell.
Yeah, he's got Wildin' Out. He's got all that shit these days.
But he's not doing anything different that, a billionaire Arabic person would do, a billionaire African guy would do.
He's Muslim.
He's got like 100 kids.
He's Muslim. Is he multiple wives or he just got kids with
multiple? He ain't Muslim. No.
I thought he was like...
He got the turban. I thought he was Muslim.
Turban. I think he's... And I think he's like Habib or something.
Is he? Yeah, he is Habib. He's got a couple wives, don't he?
Is he?
Habib.
I didn't know he was Muslim.
Habibi.
So take us through the early days of DJ WHOOKID, like coming up in the game, and like how the fuck did you fall into like? Because I remember that G Unit era where it was like your drop was everywhere. Like I heard Fifth tell the story about how he was just flooding the streets with all of his music. Like how did you even come into that whole like era? Like take us through that.
Well, I mean, me and 4 of the DJs, we have blueprints of bootlegging CDs everywhere. So it just upgraded over the years where we would rob like the artists, but then we would rob the labels, which was better. So
exactly.
We were like the young Ocean's 11 type shit. So
you had like a DJ crew?
I would roll with like MV and this kid named Splash. I would actually get like DJ Clue hand-me-downs. So I would wait for Clue to drop. And then Clue, I think Envy was Clue's assistant at that time. He was in it but he was doing mixtapes too.
Yeah.
But what I would do is I would like feed them with money or whatever, and they give me whatever. Because once Clue dropped, he don't care. He's gone. He's doing his own thing or whatever. So even if a DJ would have those songs secondary, secondly, if I would have it secondly, all I gotta do is just try my best to steal like some other stuff. I will see his list,
right.
But then I see he don't have Nas. I see he don't have Mobb Deep. So then I'll put the same songs he got with the exclusives I stole.
And then he got mad after he didn't think about it.
It took me a while to get out of that stage because it's like everywhere you go, we got Clue, we don't need your tape. So it's to the point where, I would steal Clue's stuff, but then I would have like extra stuff. And then it took a while because remember, we had no internet, we had no social media.
Yeah, it was on street shit.
Those rumors, it's like, I know this kid always has like extra stuff.
Right.
And it's to the point where I used to lie on some of the records too. Like if Clue had a Jay-Z freestyle, I would call it, if it was called like Heat, I would call it like Black or whatever. And people were like, yo, WHOOKID got me, man.
This is hot.
This is cool. This is on Clue's tape, man. But it's too late. But at the same time, I'm ripping you off. But at the same time, there's a Nas exclusive on there. There's a Mobb Deep exclusive on there, 50 Cent. Even though I changed the name, but come on, you're paying but back then the tape was $10.
I was gonna say back then you could,
it was like $8 to $10 for a cassette tape, and then the CDs came in the game, and then they were like 15 and up. And then we got bootlegged. Like the bootlegger got bootlegged. So then it went down. But it was like just stealing music is not easy, man. Like waiting for these guys to come out late at night. We were really Ocean's 11. Like I was waiting in the car until like 2, 3 o'clock. I see Jay-Z, everybody coming out.
You just running into the studio stealing shit.
Everybody. That's the thing, because Clue was with Jay. So, Jay only had like the Philly dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to make sure I get all the Queens guys on lock.
Yeah.
So I got LL Cool J, Mobb Deep, Nas, that's where I leaked like the Nas Ether with K Slay. Like I did Escape from New York and all that stuff. So
when Ether came out, I can remember it like it was yesterday. It was, I think it was at 10 o'clock at night, and they played that shit on Z1079 20 times in a row.
And that's when they used to play cuss words in the, remember that? They used to, not when
you can't even
Ether
say
was
the
out.
F word no more.
No, but remember they used to allow profanity. Damn, son, they used to allow it.
Yeah, Hot 97.
Yeah, I remember because I used to get my cassettes and record everything like Boris did.
Like bitch could go through.
Shit.
Nigga could go through. I say nigga all the time. What up, my nigga? I had Bobby Brown call in. I used to do this thing called Crackhead Mondays, but he didn't know that. He didn't know what he was calling into. And that's how I got hired, actually, because I think Paul Rosenberg or somebody from Shady heard the show, and he's like, yo, because I do like Crackhead Mondays like once a month. So I let crackheads and drug.
And you bring them on the street?
No. They call in. Like, they just call in fucked up. Yo, I just did a line. But it was like it was like a learning process. So you don't do drugs. So me telling a kid don't do drugs, nobody's gonna believe. But if you hear these horror stories and then these nightmares of people calling in and they sound crazy, or one guy said he sold like everything and he's in the street, and then there wasn't even no social media back then.
Yeah.
So we made him come to the station and I had to give him like $100. Like,
get the fuck out.
Yeah, but
it was like, this is gonna take care of you for the night.
But yeah, right. You got more crack. But the thing is, it was Crackhead Mondays. So one day,
this was on Hot 97.
Hot 97.
Holy shit!
I had moisture. I was famous for moisture Saturdays.
Pause.
Yeah,
pause.
That was extra pause. I know this day and age you got to pause it. Yeah, but
Cam started that.
But it was like it was like a humming battle. So it's like I had like lesbians battle each other out with the best hums. So
lesbians back then, they weren't out like that.
They were out.
Have you heard it?
2 a.m. in the morning, they were out.
I'll be listening to the show like, how the fuck did
I did whatever.
Off?
No, I did whatever, man. It's like before I got prime time, Hot 97, they test you with the off hours. Yeah. So if you could create like content and then cause a surge. But the funny thing is, Crackhead Mondays, I was just like, if it's 10 p.m. in New York, that means it's like what? 7 in LA. No, in LA.
Yeah.
So that Flex, R.I.P. R.I.P. What's his name? DJ.
You talking about the guy who DJ for the Roots?
Mr. C.
Roots. Yeah, DJ Mr. C. I should know. He got me my job. Yeah, R.I.P. Mr. C. And like countless, like Enough and Angie Martinez. They would laugh at my show on Mondays because the crackheads they were funny. It was hilarious. But LA, all the movie stars are up. So Flex would be like, who can always got like all these random movie stars calling in, but they're up at 7 o'clock. Right. So I remember I had like Bobby Brown's number. So I was just like, everybody know Bobby Brown and Whitney and all that stuff. So but I thought it was funny that he would call in. You know what I'm saying? So when he called in on Crackhead Mondays, people were like crashing their cars, laughing. It's like
Bobby Brown called into your show.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Jesus. But he never knew. He honestly never knew till this day. Like I saw him at the Mike Tyson fight and we were hugging each other and stuff like that, but he never knew that he called in to that day. People were crying in the street. I mean, Hot 97, I was like, I'm 30 years in the game, man. Good luck finding that. I'm not a freaking nigga Indiana Jones.
What years was that when you were Hot 97?
Like, I don't know, 2000s. I wasn't even catching my check. My check was so bad
because you was making so much money.
I did it just for the press. It was the value of being on radio. Because if you think about it, you could name like barely 10 people on radio.
Right.
So to be on Hot 97 is like you needed that stamp, right? Like, or you just whack. Like it's either New York or LA. I'm definitely not gonna have LA.
Yeah.
So I fought my way in to get on Hot 97. So. And that really started all my stuff as far as radio goes.
So Rosenberg heard you on the radio and said, we got to get this guy on Shade.
Yeah, because they were starting, Shade 405. And then it's funny because I changed Crackhead Mondays to Drug Dealer Saturdays. Like
alliteration.
So this is what led to it upgraded so bad. See, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people really don't know this.
WHOOKID exclusive.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. But Drug Dealer Saturdays, I would do it like probably like twice a year teaching kids about every drug, fentanyl, whatever. Don't matter. So I'm not gonna be like, don't do drugs. So I brought like top drug lords from everywhere.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but they were obviously their identities were hidden.
Yes.
So I'm doing
so into the studio you bring El Chapo in.
Not El Chapo, but people that's like similar to that.
Freeway Ricky.
But they never knew their name. So the thing about them is like, let's say if they get killed or they become like trillionaires or they have like a backstory, they could always say, hey, you know, when they always do a movie after they die or whatever.
Right.
That movie will have my radio show because I have video of everything in it.
So you're just always like trying to like think basically 10 steps ahead by like for branding reasons.
It was never thought like that. It was I did it so I wanted kids to hear fucked up stories. But the thing is,
did you want them to prevent them from doing the same thing?
Yeah, it's a better look if you have like real people like they tell stories. me they tell me the horror stories.
How do you get them to come in without them like?
No, I just tell them because they
for the kids.
Yeah, in their head they feel like they need to give back.
Okay.
Or whatever, but fuck all that. Fuck all that, right? The thing that happened that day that was the upgrade. You saw Bobby Brown calling Crackhead Mondays.
Yeah.
Donald Trump came on Drug Dealer Saturday.
No shit.
Came up there.
Get out.
Yeah, I remember.
So the video was,
that's why I was like, I was telling the people at Barley, I said, he interviewed fucking Donald Trump.
Like, this is when he was doing, Apprentice back in the days, but it was me, Tony Yayo.
When I was doing that, that shmee
Yo, that's why Yayo says Drug Dealer Saturdays, because I invited Yayo because he's so hood and he gangster or whatever, so he can relate. I can't talk to like gangster people. I went to Catholic school, so I always have Yayo there to keep it going. There's a college, there's a street college that I never graduated from. Yayo is the guy. To connect,
When I used to go to G Unit Records back in the day, Tony Yayo was almost always there, and he is bar none the best fucking storyteller.
Oh yeah, he's the illest.
He's hilarious.
I don't know. He needs to have a movie.
I like Yayo, man.
He's very truthful.
I do.
Which he's it's hard for him to lie because because he has
I'm sure Fifth be like, shut up.
Yeah, it's hard for him to lie, and then he's just like so loyal. You know what I'm saying? And me and him are like great friends to this day. But he's Haitian too.
So did you grow up in Haiti or did you grew up in?
No, I was born in Brooklyn. I was born in Erasmus in Flatbush.
Yeah.
My neighbor was like, what's his name? I Got It Made. What's his name? Fucking he did that song. I Got It Made.
That's not Eric? Eric B. or Rakim or
no? He's like Guyanese or something. Special Ed.
I thought she was about to say Mad Lib.
No, not Mad Lib.
You rock with it?
I love Mad Lib, of course. Yeah, so Special Ed wasn't far from me in the Erasmus area. And then I fucking got beat up. And then they sent me to Queens.
I thought you could scribe.
I was at Catholic school, man.
I was at Catholic school.
You had some hands, man.
And I moved to Queens after. But Haitians back then, when you're born, they send you to Haiti. So I was in Haiti for 5 years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so while my
parents...
You
had to go? Like your parents like...
Yeah, they ship you away. But they do that so they work and save money to buy houses and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Save money. And then you come back when you're 5, when you're ready for school. So in Haiti, my grandparents took care of me and my aunts and stuff. So that's like tradition for any, I think back then in the 70s, like when you're born, all the kids they would send them up because it's a better life. You're in Haiti, it's like island life. I mean, we had like Duvalier or whatever, Papa Dog, but it wasn't crazy like that in Haiti. So
they should have sent y'all over when you was 12, could work and then send money back to the U.S. because the dollar probably.
No, I'm trying to work out there, man. Worry about getting beat up by fucking kids in here, and then we moved to Queens, and that's where it all starts. Everybody lived in my block, 111th and Springfield, and then 215 in Hollis. It was like this. So imagine you live in a place where Run DMC is on Hollis. Couple blocks away, Jam Master Jay was like near Francis Lewis and Hollis, and then LL Cool J was 4 blocks up on Linden from me, and then to the left was DJ Clue on Murdoch and Envy. They lived right across from me, and then Russell Simmons was at the park doing drugs. You see everything. Like, Yo, shit is lit. Shit is lit, yo. Like, yeah. But my neighbor was Stretch, so from Live Squad. So E Money Bags was my neighbor too.
Yeah.
All of them got murdered on my block, which is kind of all around the corner, but on my block Stretch. But the thing is crazy. Tupac used to like go up and down my block.
I was literally about to ask you, did you have any run-ins with Pac?
Yeah.
I
I never ran into Biggie, which is crazy. I never saw him like physically or nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would always hide from Pun, obviously, like avoiding him. But Pac, I don't know what I did wrong. My father punched me in my face on my head, and I was like a teenager too, which is even more embarrassing because me and Pac is not far from the age. Yeah. So when a Haitian person punch you, they make you kneel. So I had to kneel in the backyard, and then but Pac and Stretch saw the punch because they would go down and get Chinese food and say nice or 40 ounce or whatever. But this is Pac when he was with Digital Underground. Like he was like hipster.
Sophisticated days.
He was hipster, like
he was like real artsy back then.
Yeah, like
gangster shit.
Nice guy.
He was like a hipster. I guess after he got shot, hanging with those guys, turned him into like this animal, that we know him as today. Yeah, but he came up to the gate, and I'm kneeling. And he came to the gates laughing at me like, damn, nigga, you got punched the fuck out. And then Stretch is laughing. I'll never forget that shit until, I hated my dad for years for that shit, man. Like, I used to be yelling at my dad, yo, man, what the fuck, man?
You clown me in front of fucking Tupac and all people.
That's the only connection. Never, and I know everybody. I know 99% of everybody in the business. Jay-Z, everybody. But I never saw Biggie, but Tupac, that's the only connection I got with Tupac. Everybody got like cool stories with Tupac. Yeah. But my father, why I got to get a Haitian punch and force the deal.
They punch you in the head and you got to kneel.
In the head,
well, I was a teenager.
How'd they hit you, man? I don't want you to relive that. But I don't want to relive this. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, man, come on, man. It's trauma, man.
You can't be fucking about to hate this guy, man. Like, nah, but it's just, it's when you're younger, they whip you, with a belt. Yeah. But when you become like a teenager, it's either they hit you with like brushes, like like a brush, or my father don't mind punching me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my grandmother she's from the south side of Chicago. She would make us go get the switch off the tree.
My father would tell me, go get the belt. So I got like a bathrobe belt.
You got a cord, the easiest belt that was.
No, I got the bathrobe belt, which is like nothing. So he beat me up even more. What is this? What? It's over. They just can't.
Man, I think y'all got it worse, but I think all black kids. My dad beat the mess off of me.
I'm happy he did because it made me a man.
I think that's
all these kids now are
they're soft. So snowflake era. It's the snowflake era, man.
Yo, this whole era is a bunch of.
Can't stand it, man.
Bunch of kumquats. Y'all all deserve what you get.
The modern day.
Because at the end of the day, like when you spoil a kid the way they spoil these kids now, they all deserve it, man. Because I'm a man because of. I mean, I'm not saying beat your kid, but my father wasn't like. Like looking for me, beating me up.
Yeah, it wasn't opening your ass.
I was getting in trouble. I was getting like, if I don't get in trouble, you don't get hit.
Disciplining you, but it comes in the form of punches and switches and belts.
I mean, I went from
child abuse.
I mean, one punch and kneel, but it wasn't like constant punches and then you'd like bloodied up or whatever. It's the respect for my dad. Like I was horrified. Like he punched me, and I was a teenager, and I still fucking kneeled for my dad. But that's like respect. Like he's a man in the house, blah blah blah. But it's not like he's like beating me up. I'm bleeding. I'm fucked up. I'm mentally like, So I felt like that fear of like trying to.
Adds to your fortitude to get respect.
I don't know. It just makes me a stronger person. Even back then we had like Freshman Friday. We had all kinds of stuff. Now it's like you can't. I mean, I'm not saying bully is cool, but bullying is like I don't know. It just brought me into manhood. Yeah, because it made me like, yo, get out of here. Like,
the social media bullying is so soft to me. My dad used to tell me. I don't know if your dad told you this. If you go and get bullied and don't beat the bully up with your twin brother, I'm going to whoop your ass when you get back home.
Yeah, that's how my father would talk to me. But this is like back in the days. I can understand the technology is overwhelming and then it is a lot. It's super embarrassing. But back then it was like, it was compressed. If you're bullying me, it's between me and you.
Me and you.
And maybe like
Not the
maybe
whole world and
maybe
everybody
the kids in
chiming
the
in.
class or 4 kids. But now when you have social media, I get it. When you have a million, like let's say if it goes viral and you bully this kid, now the kid is
That's
so
tough.
fucked up, you can't go to. I get all that.
Yeah.
But if it's like, I mean, back then it was just like, yo,
But
I had
here's
to stand up to one guy, and then the whole school knows, like, yo, you stood up to the man, and now you feel like different, and you look at life different instead of like you always have. Now you ain't got to worry about that because there's rules, there's laws, and there's like so much stuff right now, and it could be bad.
Yeah. Well, like like I'm online, and I'm like, I actually kind of like, I look at Fifth as like, I'm like, I want to be like him online because like he'll talk.
Oh yeah,
He will destroy somebody in the comments, and that's how I am. Like, because I always look at it, and to your point, like the problem with social media is like anybody can say fucking anything, and it'd be like some fucking no name rapper that still lives with his parents, and he'll just start talking shit to you, and you're like. Me, I just be like,
pull up.
come fucking see me, you know what I'm saying? But that's the problem with social media is motherfuckers can't get their ass whipped if they could just say whatever they want, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta like, hop into the black lunch table and just start roasting his ass so bad that he wants to quit.
I don't take bots and people online serious. Like, that's not real life. Like Instagram is not real life. A lot of people get lost and act like it's I use it as promotion. I promote my events. I promote my interviews. But even the other day, like they were telling me, you play like Kendrick or you play Drake, aren't you Team Drake? I'm like, no, I'm Team both. Like,
I'm not a music.
Yeah, like I was in the beginning of both careers. I've been in the bit. I'm like 30 years in the game, so I've been in the business when people had no jewelry, no nothing, and now they're like blossom into whatever they are. But I have a respect for their music, and then I'm old school. I peep the music than peep what they've done or what they're doing. Beating. I mean, nowadays it's so personal. They even follow who you date, who you get pregnant,
everything. Where you bought
you
your
got a
last
baby,
cheeseburger at?
like, I see Blueface holding his baby. I'm like, yo, I don't understand what's going on. I thought, you had a hit record, but now we're like personalized, like worrying about you going to jail, worry about that. It's just like jail would probably be the only like rumor stopper when it comes to a career. Like if back then, if Nas went to jail, everybody would be like, yo, but then we wait for him to come out of jail.
Right.
But I don't care like the personal, the like the specifics of why he's in there, because I just looked at the music, like his album was classic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So,
yeah. Because once you become a student of music, like I think you said 30 years. I'm probably about 15, 20-ish. And like once you become a student of the music, like you said, like you see a lot of these artists. Like when I work with Ozone Magazine and This Is 50, like back in the day, you see all these artists like
even the magazines, it was that generic. Like you get a Source magazine, Ozone, you get this Double XL. It's the music is hot or not, or you read about this story, but they don't put out like the thought they had from OnlyFans and then they just like, I don't know,
feeling curious.
Now it's like they're wearing skirts and all this stuff. Like it's too much, man. It's like I just want to just like or dislike the music, and I keep it like that.
Right.
And then we have a friendship, and that should be cool. Like we're all human beings, man. So the problem is all those people out there, the billions of people listening to hip hop. Social media makes it like a personal thing. Like, you see some people
polarizing.
Some people are scared to talk about stuff. So it's just like
that shit's weird.
It's weird now.
And it's weird because now people have fans. Like these are the OVO fans or these are the Swift. That's weird. You can't even like. It's weird, man.
I mean, you can't deny Drake had hits, and you can't deny Kendrick has hits.
You cannot.
All you could do is just say, all right, this guy won, this guy lost in this time period. Yeah. And then so what if Drake comes with another hit? All right, so now we got to go back to it again and see what he personally is doing now and what.
Now we shouldn't like him or play his records now.
My take on the Drake K-Dot thing is, it felt like it was like the two, like, I don't want to call them nerds because they're not nerdy people, but like I felt like it was like kind of like the nerdy kids battling because like a lot of the shit that they were saying, I was like, this shit is kind of soft. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like.
Oh, you on that Tupac Biggie shit?
Yeah, come on, baby. Like, well, no, I don't want nobody to die. I don't want nobody to die, but
I want somebody to die.
Drake's house got shot up. He's a stone throw away.
I don't ever want it to go that far, man.
I don't either.
Just keep it music, man. I mean, 50 Cent was so competitive that, you know, he murdered everybody, man. Like,
on the track.
whenever he starts freestyling.
What was that like? Like when you were going into play? Because I just watched the video the other day where Fifth was walking around and they were playing that amusement park, and it was at the I think it was the XXL Awards where he was like walking in front of Ja Rule and Fat Joe, and he was basically daring them to come out. I was like, God, that had to be an intense work environment.
Nah,
that's crazy.
It was definitely something else, man. Me being a DJ is just like, but
you're trying to stay neutral.
No, I don't need to stay neutral because everybody's killing. I knew him from before, so
and nobody gets mad at the DJ like, hey, I mean, you were
only. I think
do people do that? They try to beef you because you're playing quote unquote both sides.
I was only a pawn maybe twice in the hip hop thing, but most people they might act a little funny if they see me, because if they see me, they see 50 Cent. But I mean, I don't care. That's so stupid. Like,
it is dumb. It's dumb.
Especially if I knew you from before.
Yeah.
So unless you see me physically, like, you know, go in and laugh or whatever, like if I'm like waking up in the morning and I'm gonna diss you because I heard 50 Cent diss you, then all right, you're allowed to like maybe question me or whatever. I don't know why, but it's not a big deal to me. But
when Tony was Yayo was on it was Drink Champs, and I listened to the whole shit because it was so fucking funny. You know how animated he is. Like that shit was so funny. Like, but like when he was telling a story about how 50 had to get his manager to go get knives or some shit or razors or some shit to get out of the awards. I was like, this shit sounds like a fucking movie.
Nah, 50 Cent is a real gangster, man. I don't know. I've always dealt with gangsters all my life. You know, like he's a big blogger now. He has one of the biggest podcasts. You know, but Nore, I DJed for CNN before 50.
I love CNN.
So
I was just listening to that, man.
That era was crazy. Can you imagine touring with CNN, Mobb Deep? Like we're on tour and going through Rhode Island and Connecticut, all this.
You doing that reunion album with CNN? That was one of my favorites. I love that album.
No, I was a DJ.
Nore went hard out here. Pause. He went hard out here. Like
Nore.
We even fuck with him.
Nore, they fuck with CNN and they fuck with Nore when he was single,
big time.
When he had his solo run or whatever. But man, I've seen I got so desensitized with shootouts. People beating people up. Like they beat up. I remember one time these white boys cut off the tour bus, and then I thought they were gonna say, yo, what the fuck? Because they were fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they just wanted like a photo or they wanted like an autograph, because back then there was no social media. So basically it just probably, and I know that I saw one of them with like an old camera, like those old, they didn't even have a phone. I don't even think we had cell phones back then.
Yeah.
So I'm looking out the tour bus. This is like day 2 of me DJing for them. So imagine you're on a tour bus, you look out the window, and I'm thinking they just gonna just yell at them because they really cut the tour bus off. And everybody's beating the hell out of all the fans. They're beating the hell out of them, for like 10 minutes, beating them, because it was a convertible. I don't know what kind of convertible it was, but they just pounding them out. And then everybody got back on the tour bus. And then you can see all the white boys like, yeah, like they're happy that they got beat up. I was like, yo, who am I DJing for?
That sounds like some Midwest shit. Because I was
wild.
I was born in East Cleveland, to your point, where shootouts, all that shit. Then we moved to the West Side and then moved out to the suburbs. So I'm kind of like you. Like I've seen a little bit of everything, but when you're in those shootouts or when you have like bullets whizzing by you, it's almost like you don't really you're not afraid of anything after that point. But normalizing violence, unfortunately, in our culture is just
it's touted, it's hallmarked, it's celebrated, and the nerd is
I mean, but what I've learned, especially touring with Mobb Deep and R.P. Prodigy, touring with those guys, there's always like some movie style shoot. Like some guy, I remember one time some guy locked the door in an event and pulled out a shotgun. He had a trench coat, pull out a shotgun and start shooting. But I'm just like, all right, I'm here on the DJ booth. I could see the guy with the gun. He obviously ain't coming to me. but it's just like that's how I think now.
Yeah.
And for some reason, everything is slow. Everything is moving.
It
Like
slows down in those times.
everything is going crazy. I see people running in speakers, hiding in. I saw a guy head in the speaker. Like I don't even know where Prodigy went. I'm looking for Prodigy. They're mad tiny. These guys are like little people, man. I'm like, what Prodigy? I'm trying to grab him behind him and shit. Yo, bro, it was just like.
Hey, you stared at me too long when you said little people like that, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
It's probably because you keep cutting them off when you're in the middle of talking.
No, it's all. It's all great.
Lonnie ass, you just be talking.
Nah, man. I mean, Bob Deep, they were gangster, man. They had, and then we all had like 30 people with us. So it's like, if you see people who get shot, people running around and being scared, and they get hit, and then you see. So I learned that, so I know not to run. Then when you upgrade to 50 Cent G Unit, and now it's like an upgraded like.
How long were you on tour with those guys? Like how many? I know that you still do stuff with Fifth.
I 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
With the G Unit clique. But with Nore, I think I was with them like 2-3 years. With Chris Lighty, I think he booked me to be their DJ.
Yeah.
And then before that, I was DJing for Juvenile from Cash Money. So that's why I was with Lil Wayne when he was like 14, 15. Like, so I met Baby and everybody like really in the beginning stages. So I had all my experience like touring because I had to do the tapes because New York was dominating.
Right.
Everything was New York. So we didn't care about the South. We didn't care about West. You know what I'm saying? So I cared. I wanted my tapes to move down South. So I would go down South and meet every new rapper, such as T.I., everybody from Florida, whoever. Like everybody, like 2 Chainz was Titty Boy back then. So,
I remember Titty Boy from Ozone, my Ozone days, Ozone magazine.
Yeah, so getting them on the tape would have me sell down south because I had the Nas's and the Jay-Z's and everything, but nobody was asking these guys. So I would go down there and we running in that. All right, so like I had T.I. T.I. wasn't even famous yet. He was dating Tiny.
Yeah. See, I definitely remember Clue because Clue, he was the first, to me, the first DJ that had what did that Desert Storm. I want to say that shit went at least platinum.
No, he's the first. He's the first DJ to go platinum.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah,
I thought it was platinum.
Clue is the blueprint of whatever we're doing. Anything that has to do with mixtapes or DJing, like Clue, like you have to respect Clue. Like whether you're Lil Wayne, whether you're Jay-Z or whoever, he is the first. Like I know that was like I'm not gonna act like Kid Capri wasn't in before him, and Ron G wasn't before him, but Clue was the first blueprint to bootleg and sell music. Yeah, maybe Clue looked at Kid Capri and those other guys. Maybe he was influenced because Kid Capri was the guy. Like he had a big album too back then.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But
Kid Capri had an album.
I think he did drop an album.
Oh shit! I don't think I even knew.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did, but I respected him because not only is he one of the illest DJs. It was like him, Jam Master Jay, Will Smith DJ. What's his name? Jazzy Jeff. So I used to always
he is fucking bananas.
Qbert is bananas. DJ Qbert, but those guys are for me, those are my Michael Jacksons. And then Flex comes in because he's
it's Flex.
Scratch guy, but he does radio. So I just took a piece of all these legends.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Clue did the same.
Yeah.
He definitely probably looked at Kid Capri as a way of Kid Capri's on Def Jam comedy. He's doing this. He's with Russell. He's the guy. So my whole history and success is because I live next door to Clue.
I was gonna say. So
thank God I was there.
Yeah. So did Lighty connect you to Fifth, or how did you run into?
No, it was my cousin. My cousin was managing 50 Cent at that time. Shaw Money XL.
Okay. No shit.
Yeah, so that's my blood cousin.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, that's the only way because after 50 got shot, they weren't doing auditions for DJs. Right. They were just whoever's the DJ got to be related or a blood relative or whatever.
They wanted somebody.
And I was already doing mixtapes, and I did whatever. I was just hustling. I didn't think it would be that big, Well,
that was the other thing I was going to say is we knew about Clue, but then you had that run, and you just took the U.S. by storm because your drop was on everything. You know?
Yeah, I was the bootlegger. Everybody trying to kill me, you know. Everybody trying to find. I dodged like a lot of kidnappings. I did get kidnapped once for fun,
shit.
but
Shit.
but everybody wanted me because nobody knew who the kid was.
Pause.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we gotta pause that. New York style. Yeah.
Cam started that shit.
He did.
Like,
All I gotta say is,
I mean, even
the
he
culture
wanted
now.
to kill me. Like, you know, I've always got myself in trouble without me even knowing either. Like, I know I was stealing, I know I was leaking, but sometimes I don't hear the records, I don't hear the beef, I don't hear the lyrics. So it's to a point where I did a whole Max B mixtape, but I didn't know Max.
I was just saying, you did the cocaine cowboy shit.
I did all that, but I didn't know Max B was going at Dipset. Meanwhile, I hosted Max B shit, and then I go see Jewels and fucking.
Oh yeah, that shit was real. I remember.
Jim Joe was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then I was like. And I'm hanging with them. Like, it's crazy.
That's a tough position to be in, though, man.
It was funny moments, but that proves right there when you see the DJ, just leave the DJ alone, man. The DJ is there. We're just a doorway, man. We're just here to promote your music, get it out there. And some DJs have one thing. I have like 10 things. Just leave me alone, man. I'm just here. Like, if I personally come at you, you could question me, but it's never like that. Like, you know, so I don't choose nothing, you know. The only thing I have loyalty to is I'm just like Yayo. I have loyalty to 50 Cent because I would not be here for that junior run, like you said.
Yeah.
That I mean, I did a lot of historical stuff indirectly in the beginning. Like Busta Rhymes was the first to host my tape, but then I upgraded. I got like.
You was with him with Leaves of New School?
Yeah, even back then, but no, he signed to Chris Lighty. Oh. I got close to the execs.
Violator, yeah. Violator,
so,
man.
So Leo Cohen,
Midwest people,
like Leo Cohen, Russell. So I was like, yo, I gotta hang with the gatekeepers, you know, or whoever. Not really gatekeepers, but the ones that's running the business, like the head execs or A&Rs. I got cool with them. Why am I being cool with the rapper for? Sometimes the rapper don't even know when the fuck he dropping.
Right.
But the label knows. The label's like, nigga, you better drop this month, but I get that information first.
It's a smart business strategy.
Yeah, so I don't care about what the rapper's doing. So while they're doing all that nonsense and trying to figure out when he's dropping, the A&R got to have the music in the office. I go there at 6:00 at night. Mexican cleaning ladies think I'm black. I don't know. They think I'm black. They think I'm A&R just going I forgot something in the office. There's no Mexican lady questioning me. They think I just forgot something and I'm in the office all night, like going through computers, copy. You know that, like, because usually when you go to a label,
real Ocean's 11,
bro, it's like, yo, at the end of the day,
did you stick up a casino too?
I saw you say something. You was on something pop recently. You was like, yo, I used to steal every day.
Bro, I was like, wait, the number one
crazy ass Chasins, man.
I'll leave.
Haitian Fresh was my dude. He was crazy as fuck.
Oh yeah, he's crazy. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, Haitian Fresh is out of his mind.
Yeah,
but one of the crazy stealing techniques is going to all the magazines. I gotta rate the songs. They have to get the albums early, so give him 5 mics or whatever. So you go to Source Magazine, I give that loser's an intern, so he's doing it for free.
Yeah.
So if I give him $500, he'll give me like all the albums. That's why the label started marking them like Property or Sony Records.
Yeah.
Nigga, we still leaking with that. It's even more crazy. It'd be nice on Property or Sony Records. We don't care. It's still getting leaked and it's out. Because once you get a verse and a hook, that's what blew Clue up. He had One More Chance. The Biggie shit, unfinished, one verse in the hook.
And then it was Mariah Carey too, right? That shit was. He did the Mariah Carey record, didn't he?
I don't know, but I know he blew up from leaking B.I.G. B.I.G. went on Hot 97, was like, who the fuck is this guy? I was looking for him.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about that.
And I was just like, oh my God. So we all became like, because we had nothing going. The adrenaline rush, you don't understand how it is when you drop something and you know you ain't supposed to drop it. Then the whole world's looking for you. Then the other side of the world is listening to it. And then now you become a street legend without no social media. So you become like famous and like you become.
But half the world wanting to kill you.
No, you get into every human being's DNA. It's a different way of blowing up. Like if you go to the UK, you go to France, people know who I am because I'm part of the DNA of the culture that came up. Clue is part of that. So that's why when you see like a rapper see me, like when I see Gigs or Skepta or, you know, like Booba or whoever, they see me, they be like, because we were the sparks. Like you become like, I don't know. It's like you get absorbed in everybody's DNA and you kind of like influence everybody to move a certain way, do a certain, like the mixtape thing. If we didn't drop it, a lot of these rappers wouldn't be out. Like Lil Wayne whole career was from mixtapes.
Yep,
Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Jeezy mixtapes.
No
Everybody you see that blew up, except like the only funny thing is when I had to go to LA to teach Snoop Dogg about mixtapes. That shit was funny.
The West Coast was like, what
Nah,
the
he
fuck
was
is
a
this?
Snoop Dogg was like, what up, cuz? What the fuck am I doing this freestyle for free, cuz? Fuck out of here, man. I was like, yo, what happened? What did I do? What did I do? He's yelling at me, yo, cuz, I just sold 10 million fucking albums. Why the fuck am I doing this shit for free?
I don't need
This shit don't make no sense. I said, all right, wait a minute, Snoop. Yo, when y'all do an album, it takes like, you guys are away like a year. Y'all in the studio,
and the
6
mixtape,
months.
I mean, that
But the
changed
mixtape keeps you connected every.
to the
That's why,
streets, to the people.
that's why 50 Cent had it. We
Yeah.
dropped every month, so
And
we
that's
wanted
how I
to
heard
know
50
who the
song.
hell was out.
Yep.
You don't want to waste like a year or two doing a project and then Pop Smoke come out. Now there's a whole new movement.
Right.
Whatever you did is a waste of time. Nobody's into it no more.
Yeah.
But if you constantly like feeding the streets, understanding who's out there, that's where the mixtape blueprint comes in for an artist. So their material is not old. It's not unless you become like a Playboy Cardi or Destroy Lonely.
Devil shit, man.
Yeah.
Like he was cool at first, but all these motherfuckers do that devil shit, and they think it's cool. Like,
I mean,
I know it's a show, but still,
it's a live seance. They're doing a real ritual for somebody.
Weird shit.
But the rock dudes was doing it. But
yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not knocking for it. I just don't.
I mean, it's like you
That
wouldn't say that about like Metallica or
at all, or Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, like those weirdos.
Nah.
You know.
Weirdo.
I mean, talk about satanic. I mean, that dude, Marilyn Manson.
He was on that weird shit.
But you know what it is?
Or his drummer was from.
Somebody said he was in some show. I don't know.
You talking about
the truth? Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah, he's a weirdo. He's out of his mind.
But he's sophisticated. He's a smart dude, though.
Oh, I never really talked to him.
I mean, just I watched a few interviews, but that's.
I just met him with Kanye once.
Was he weird then?
He was cool. He was nice.
I've heard he's like actual super professional. Like it's like super nice. Like all that shit. Like
just don't invite him over for dinner and shit like that.
It's just like for show, like non-gangster. I mean, it might just be a show, just like
shoot your dog and try to eat it.
It's just like somebody trying to be gangster and they're from the
South. No, but you gotta understand, like some artists
be putting on.
They rap so long and they just don't want to be in the same box. Like you look at Kendrick. You look at him because he's a lyrical genius or whatever, and he upgraded everything.
He do be saying some crazy shit.
He says crazy shit, but that's his way of upgrading. He could have chose. I mean, maybe he could choose symbolism or whatever, but you wouldn't know that. But some artists straight up go to rock style. Like, because I asked them, I interview all these kids, and they're just bored of, they can't do the same thing they did last year or the year before. And they honestly don't care about what regular rap people think because they don't want to be where the regular people are.
Right.
They want, the young kids are like so far out the way they think about music that they absorb it. I mean, it's like you can tell me back in the days who to listen to, what, I was breakdancing, I was doing all kinds of, graffiti and all this shit looks stupid to some people, right? But you couldn't tell me that. But that's my era. So this is their era, right?
That's what I was telling your son actually before you pulled up.
He loves Playboy Cardi. He loves fucking
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I did ask him who his favorite artist was too.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not devil worshiping.
Yeah.
It's just
I fucked with him like early on. It was just like when I
because he was a rapper, because he was on your wavelength of how you think a rapper should sound, but he don't want to be that guy no more. He wants to be something else, like higher risks of being different and creating your own fan. They want their own fan base. They don't want us because we will be like, you know what? We're bored. Let's go to the next guy. Their fan base follows them everywhere all over the world. And they
like ICP, and
But they learned that from rock stars. If you can see a rock star, they 100 years old, they still performing, like sold out concert. The niggas about to die on stage. Damn near dead. I saw dead niggas performing, like.
And wheelchair was like.
but it's loyal fans, and then they learn that they're not trying to be like, because when there's no rules. But by them staying where we at, where the way we think, we're part of that system. Even with the record system, distribution system, like the shit fades away.
I mean, that's what Jimmy Iovine, that's what he did. He basically said, I'm gonna get this artist who's way the fuck out here, and I'm gonna get this artist that is way over, and that was
You saw what he did with Sting. He did Sting with Snoop, Sting with Pac.
He had Marilyn Manson too, didn't he?
Marilyn Manson
He had Marilyn Manson
but if you
too.
look at those scenarios, it just gets you into the stratosphere where Tupac is not going to be, all right, he's the illest, but now he's doing records with Sting or he samples Sting shit, like stuff like that. Those rock dudes ain't clearing their samples like that.
Right.
But by him clearing it, brings you to another level of like,
well, yeah, Jimmy early on worked with like fucking the Beatles, like Bruce Springsteen.
He worked with everybody, man. He's like Quincy Jones type shit. Yeah.
I mean, they would have been famous if it weren't for him.
Look, man, I think it's a cheat code for me because I'm a DJ and I do festivals. Even at my age, I'm still in front of 50, 100,000 people. I know how kids think. So I'm not here to change how I'm an old head. I respect the old shit.
Yeah,
I wish it would stay like that.
Yeah.
But that's not my era.
I never shit on the young dudes. Like even when everybody was like coming out the Migos and all that stuff, like when they first came out.
Yeah, but they all do symbolism.
They hated it. Now everybody's mumble rapping, dumbing it down to do the.
Yeah, but they all do.
I never hated on Migos.
They all do symbolism though. They all have red shit. They all do
the diamond. Oh, it's Illuminati. We throw the diamond up because we're Kappas. This is symbolism. We're devil worshippers.
I mean, it's they control everything, man. So. We're not in that area.
Yeah, no, like when you really in it. Like, I mean, again, I haven't really DJed nightclubs consistently since 2013. But like when you're in it, like you said, like you just kind of like you don't even gotta agree with it. Like if the record's hot,
I heard you out of retirement tonight, though.
I have come out of retirement with this man. I'm opening up with the legend.
And I wanted to run by you. I wanted to have a fun.
Breakdancing tonight.
I wanted to tell you.
Break down tonight. I'll do shit my pants.
I wanted to do like I have $600 and I wanted to kind of do a ugly sweater giveaway, and I wanted to do an ugly bar. So I wanted people to put 3 bars together, give $500. You stand there and you vote who's the best, like a little 8 Mile thing, but they got to put like together like the 3 bars. And I wanted to do that. And in order for them to qualify, they have to give us name and email, and they have to talk to one of our staff about scheduling an appointment. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, by the way.
I don't know about all that, but I mean,
can we do something fun?
The Christmas, you were going somewhere with the Christmas thing, but like making.
If they could do party bars,
but listen,
give them $600.
Listen, I was gonna go up there. Listen, but they
ain't doing that.
No, I was gonna go.
Nobody's rapping.
It's 2 seconds, and I want to say, hey, look, I was gonna give an example, something like, hey, look, I'm Jelani. I used to want to be a vocalist. Capital turned socialist. You get a house on some social-ish. And then I'd be like, okay, that's an example.
Kicking that shit.
That shit fire.
And then and that's an example.
That shit's whack, but
it is whack. I'm not a rapper. I'm a mortgage.
That shit French.
But I just want to do that, and then just a real quick vote.
Die line.
Whoever says something the craziest, you get the last vote. The crowd votes, and I give him. We give him.
That is not going to go over in the nightclub. Just being honest.
Okay, I just didn't know. That's why I'm asking.
No. This is where the guy back there's like, man.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Well, you can delete it. I just thought it was fun. I would want to see people literally give emails, names, and schedule appointments, and we had a line around.
You're gonna force people to give you appointments.
They're gonna get money if whoever has the best bar. They get $500. Then
that ain't gonna
okay. That's why I just
the Christmas sweater. That's a good idea.
Okay, that's why I asked. I mean, I have bad ideas.
He did have a good bar.
Was that cool? That was a good. See, look, come on, man. Tell me
lyrics.
Come on, man. Come on.
Great.
See,
8 Mile. Fucking Eminem.
1 mile.
I got up this morning and I thought
he's like a mile away. And
he was writing his rhymes down like, I'm gonna kick this shit off hard.
Can I tell you like this? I thought about it in the morning in the shower. Pause, and I said I'm gonna talk to Rick about adding. And I just said that because I talk to God in the morning while I'm in the shower.
Oh, so God,
because my kids and my wife are asleep, man. And I was like, I'm gonna ask Rick. He's probably gonna say it's stupid.
No, the football. You were gone. I was like, yeah, that's smart. Let's do it. Okay, yeah. So you want to give away your cash? Cool.
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to do something different to kind of get people stirred up. To at least you're gonna. If I'm giving money,
what if it goes viral? If he doesn't, it goes viral.
Hey, you want to leave? That's probably gonna be around when you go on. So
maybe we could just make a joke about it, like, "Hey, we're gonna do an ugly bar contest, and we're not gonna really do it. I'm gonna just go up there and spit like, capitalist turned socialist. You get a house. I'll do it. Let me do it. Like, no, we're not doing it. We're only doing an ugly sweater contest.
Around me, we'll do it. I ain't got no
This
homes.
Realtors are
You know what
out
I'm saying?
tonight.
They
Yeah.
are. People
Get
are
some-
calling me mad that it's
real
sold
estate
out.
pussy crazy. I
Bro,
heard.
You would not believe how many people were like, because I boosted your shit, and that shit had like
Oh,
There's gotta be
20,000
some real
views.
estate pussy.
yeah, it is.
Plenty.
I have a side. Don't put this part in here because my wife got a room.
God's gonna be like, sing it.
No, I'm not playing. I'm just playing. I'm just messing around. It's for
Take that
DJ.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
that part.
I love my wife. I have a room down at the 9
Speak
for
for
you,
yourself.
Mr. Legendary DJ WHOOKID. I have a suite for you.
Oh, fire. Yeah.
So whatever. It's just me being thoughtful.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So what we'll do is we'll do an ugly sweater giveaway. It's free. Whatever you want to do.
Thuggish, ruggish.
No, just
You know
saying,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Hey, listen. I know you have.
My guy,
something
yo,
in you.
I respect
How old are you? Are you still 18? You ain't 18. Never mind. Your dad's with you. Scratch that. I'm canceling the room. Never mind.
He never gonna forget that line. He gonna be like, who's the dude with the rap lines that I came in?
It is
and
That
just
shit's
talking?
fire.
I'm
Might go viral.
gonna quit mortgages and turn around.
Bro,
And
all right,
you gonna
all
be my
right.
DJ.
Let me show you.
Damn!
Let me show
That
you.
was raw. Just because I said
All
it.
right, so
Sophisticated.
look, I just posted this chick right on my page. Look,
me see.
where's she at? All right, I just posted her for like 20 minutes,
Uh-huh.
50,000 views.
Ooh,
Look at this.
you should put the lie right there. 50K views. They got 50. That sounds raw with that beat.
You hear this shit? Look.
It sounds like death metal meets like hip hop.
All right, you go ahead and rap, man. He gonna record it.
Yo,
Dude, record it.
Mm.
Record it. I'm a mortgage guy.
look how much. Look.
Well, she's kind of cute a little bit. That's why I'm going like that. Look at that. Did you see that, man?
Yeah, some slow
That looks
Wi-Fi.
wild. 50K views, huh? And what are people saying in the comments about it?
Like most of them people hate it, but
that's how you know that
But some
they go.
people like it though.
Just like
so,
what's that Bad Bunny when she was like,
the more hate, that's how you blow up.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, let him rap. Fuck
We-
I'm the mortgage rapper.
He might pop off.
I just said capitalist turn socialist. You get a house on some Oprah shit.
Method Man be like,
I
what?
used to want to be a vocalist.
Oh, shit.
But I'm a capitalist turned socialist. You get a house on some Oprah shit.
See,
That's an example, and I'd say that no, nobody's rapping. That's the
Oprah
what
would
we're
love
gonna
that.
do. Yeah, huh?
Oprah would love that shit.
Well, if
right?
she came back, she's in hiding right now.
we need to who kid drop.
Yeah.
It'd be like, who kid?
Come
And
on,
then just
that
let
was
him
hot.
rhyme
You should, because I will drop some.
and put on
bars
your
like
next
that.
mixtape. That's it.
Bars.
That's
That got 50K views. My shit
Shit's
is
going
going
diamond.
10.
We're talking about 1990 hip hop. That he spit some hard. Yeah, back then, I mean, the
Come on,
lyrics
see,
was like
get this on tape.
1 plus
Listen,
1 equals 2.
DJ WHOOKID, the legend, said that was a solid bar.
I
This
mean,
is going on. This is going on Jelani's Instagram.
If you play like 1990 records,
Oh man, that's a lyricist.
It's like
I could be like, oh, boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, that shit hard,
like I'm
man.
fresh. Like I hate that word fresh. That's the only thing I hate about old
That's
school.
an outdated archaic word.
Fresh.
Dope.
Yo, that jacket is dope.
I don't say dope anymore. Fresh. And
What's another one?
Fruit. What was that? Hold on, wait. There's a lot of words. Now we all
knows
play.
because he
Fresh is everybody says like back in the year it's fresh. Word is
Jake.
What's that?
Remember Jake? You remember Jake?
That was kind of more of a Midwest.
Midwest.
Oh no.
Jake was a big.
What was
It means you're a cornball.
cornball?
Oh
Jake,
really?
corny.
Yeah.
What's
was a big Midwest.
What's the slang word, young man? Did they say nowadays?
No, weirdo.
Well, they say Riz. They say Riz. You ain't got no Riz.
What the fuck is Riz?
That's like the.
Is that what it
younger
is?
kids. That's the cousin.
And how old are you,
Our
brother?
cousins be saying that shit.
What the fuck is that shit?
23.
Oh shit, my bad. So he's 23. He can take the room and have some ladies.
What is that
You
shit?
get out of the room. Riz. It means like style. You're fresh. You're fly. Riz means
Riz is
charisma.
bitches.
It's short for charisma.
They
Like
took
you
that
get
from New
women.
Edition, man.
Nah, but if
Ralph Tresvant.
if you like hate your life and you want to die, just go to LA and be like, yo, you a weirdo, and you get a shot.
Really? Weirdo? That's the
Weirdo.
rainbow country over there.
Weirdo is like
Weirdo.
not don't tell a gang dude in LA, yo, you look like a fucking weirdo.
You can call
That's
a white dude
shot.
a humpy, a black person nigga, but don't call the world a weirdo over there. You'll die.
Not on the West Coast, and don't wear red like a red hat.
No, yeah.
We keep our Kappa colors neutral.
Blue
over
shirt,
there.
you have like an all blue shirt.
Even though they look up like, hey, I'm like,
There was
Yo, you look like a fucking
There
weirdo.
was a gangbanger. He was on, and he was breaking down every hat, and it was like basically every like any
That-
hat,
that way-
Yankee
can't
hat,
do
all
that.
that shit. He was like, you can't. I was like, oh, I'm telling you, LA different. First time I DJed in LA, the Bloods and the Crips were like outside, like, and this was like off the Hollywood Strip. It was crazy. I was like, LA built different.
The only way you can go to LA and wear red is where you have like Greek letters, and then you can explain yourself. Like, this is a diamond. We were founded in 1911. Don't shoot me, brother.
I don't want it to go that far where I gotta explain you got a gun on me. Like, I wear all white. I'm like, well, white. I be hanging with Snoop. I be having white.
Well, can't you brought the Bloods and the Crips on stage? So I mean, what are we talking about?
I be having socks on.
Yeah, he's from that neighborhood.
Yeah, and if anybody can mobilize him, he can.
Well, we gotta do sound check tonight.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
the man, the legend, who I looked up to,
you got
DJ WHOOKID.
We were screaming who
I got you motherfucking Cleveland. Cheap ass Cleveland.
Why couldn't it be Miami?
Cold ass. We got you last week. It was 70 degrees 2 weeks ago.
Hey, he said people don't like fucking with Cleveland because we cheap.
We're cheap.
I
got a room for you.
Not people, but the promoters.
No, the promoters. The promoters
are hell.
Not me, because I actually paid him ahead of time. I was like, that's my man. I trust him. Because I don't fuck with, like, you can't trust every artist. I done had artists miss flights.
You know when I know Cleveland is crazy? When you see Shaquille O'Neal pissed off, man. I saw Shaq mad, and he was supposed to DJ a gig. And I'm not even going to talk about, I'll let Shaq tell y'all, but he was not happy, man. Like, you're not gonna see him.
I would love to know. I would love to know what club it was.
The last time I was with him was in Columbus. It was some festival.
We gotta ask Chrissy about that one.
Yeah, it was some club out here, but you know, this
in Cleveland or Columbus.
He said
Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said
Columbus. We did a festival, no problem.
Okay.
But Cleveland, janky promoters, man. Everybody's trying to save their little bucks, man. Like, I don't understand it, man. The code is. Like, I get it. New York is cheap, too. You know, L.A. is cheap, too.
Yeah, but you got to build with people.
Yeah, you got to know certain people to get in with the cliques.
You do.
Or the booking groups and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you still have to book, like, a DJ that has some kind of notoriety.
For sure.
So when
your shit took off.
People come that week, they be like, oh, shit. But you see how everybody's like last minute, well, who can do my shit tonight, blah, blah, blah. Why they didn't figure that out before? Like, it's not about DJing.
I'll run that shit up. Like,
right.
Yeah,
I marketed that shit like 2-3 weeks on the radio before I came here. So
and you just say November 12th, though.
That
we got you. It's all good.
That shit flew out. You shot us out on the radio. That shit was over with. And I kept telling the venue, I said, listen, you need to book him afterward, blah, blah, blah. He'll put you on the radio.
No, they didn't want to say.
That's so stupid.
They saved money, but they would rather. I mean, I'm not taking no money from the locals. I guess you got to hustle and you work every day. You get $500 or whatever. I did that. You understand? But the point of people like me or other DJs, you know, drama, whatever, is like if somebody.
I forgot about you.
You've been here a few times.
Oh my God,
it's crazy. So
that's
my nigga though. But yeah, so it's like if I come to the club, I'm a regular idiot. I come to the club to pop out. I'm like, oh shit, WHOOKID was here. So that gives like the energy of like, yo,
I agree.
Maybe somebody else will be here the following week. I'm gonna come next week to the club, but you don't even need to have nobody next week.
There is so much demand. I have to keep increasing because I was trying to keep it at 350 because normally like events like it falls out. We have 475 RSVPs in like 5 days.
But they were
shit was gone, and then like I would put a couple extra for people, and other people would take it. So like I was like, this demand is crazy. But you know,
do you think 3 of my cousins or realtors coming? Can I get them in? I got a +1 though. I have a +1.
That real estate pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those are my cousins.
Oh, that's your cousin.
Oh shit, he got mad.
Those could be yours. I mean, that's cool.
No, I don't want that.
I mean, but there's gonna be, you know.
I'm not gonna violate you like that, man. Nah, you're my man. I ain't gonna, you know. I don't mess with family. You know? Yeah, my guy.
It's your son. We're gonna take care of your son, man. Welcome to the
whatever
family.
you want to do, I don't know.
Welcome to the family. Marry one of my cousins, man.
Tonight, Equity Capital Mortgage Group official Christmas party.
Yes,
you
sir.
better not fucking miss it ever. You better not miss any of our events. Real Estate Realized Women Who Invest is going down in year 2025. DJ WHOOKID, the legend, somebody I look up to. Appreciate you coming and throwing up gang signs, but we about to
appreciate you, brother. I was born into it. My mama do it.